interpreters who fail their oral exam oversee 3 simple ways to stay on top of their interpretation while testing. By the end of this video, you will learn what you can control and how, by focusing on that during your oral exam, you will increase your confidence and your scores. Let's dive in. There is always something that we cannot control in any given situation, and mostly these are external circumstances. So when you're about to take your oral exam, you want to be really well prepared, you want to be really focused, and you also want to give it all. And that, my friend, is something that you can control. There are 3 areas you can control and focus on during your interpretation. Are you ready? Number 1, focus on understanding what you hear. Yes, knowing technique and strategies is important. And there is this general principle in interpretation that must be taken into account. You can only interpret what you understood. I've been coaching interpreters for many years to take their oral exam, and I mention this principle often, along with providing support to interpreters so that they can develop their listening skills. Listening skills are often overseen, and believe me, they will help you be on top of your interpretation on your exam day. Interpreting what you understand rather than getting caught in the one phrase or in the one word will lead to more accurate interpretations. This also implies that many times you will need to wait in order to get more information and to have a complete idea. When you wait, often information comes later that clarifies everything, and that happens all the time in interpretation. So waiting helps understanding, and whatever you understand, you will be able to put into your interpretation. But you have to trust. You have to trust that you are ready to take in the information and to understand it. What I have noticed in my coaching is that interpreters sometimes focus more on the details than on the main ideas. And this is something that has happened to me as I was learning interpretation. We focus on the details and we let go of the main ideas, and that is the source of a lot of misinterpretation. And you don't want that to happen on the day you are taking your oral exam. You want to be really clear about what the main thought, the main topic, the main idea is, what the speaker is focusing on, what the speaker is explaining, because details are important, but details are useless if we don't know to connect them to the main idea and have them fit in that framework of the information that we are gathering. Does this make sense to you? Yes? Yes? Well, next area to focus on. Focus on how ideas are connected. I have mentioned the importance of main ideas, and now I want to talk about how main ideas are connected. In my program, I make sure that my student interpreters are able to spot words like and, or but, or however. These words are referred to as links in my program. And the better you get at spotting them and understanding the relationship they establish between sentences, the more accurate and natural your interpretation is going to be. The relationship between ideas is also very, very crucial for understanding, and it will support your understanding and will keep you away from making mistakes in your interpretation. So, interpreting what you understand and focusing on how ideas are connected is super important for us interpreters. And the third thing that comes to my mind every time I'm coaching on simultaneous interpretation, and something that really nobody is talking about is, are you ready? Stay with the story. Stay with the story. Simple, right? And yet, how many times interpreters let go of the main idea, the thread, the thought, the topic, the theme of everything? Here's my recommendation. Be curious. Be curious as how things are happening, and tune in your ears just like the way you do when you are listening to your favorite soap opera or your favorite podcast. The same way, with that curiosity, and if something is not coming really clear, do your best and move on to continue telling the story. Imagine that someone is listening to you, someone who doesn't know the story at all and is listening to every word you are saying, holding on to every word you're saying so that they can make sense of this story. So be that great storyteller. Bring the story home. And no matter how nervous you are, if you miss something here and miss something there, stay with the story. If you understand what is happening, if you are connecting the ideas correctly, the next thing to do is just to stay with the story. And I say this also in terms of stamina, right? Because in many oral exams, by the time you get to the simultaneous section of the exam, you have gone through sight translation, you have gone through consecutive interpretation, and there has been a very extended period of time in which you have been focusing and applying intensively your cognitive skills. Like a friend of mine says, you have been in the zone, and you have to keep your stamina so that you stay there in the zone and focusing on your story. And don't do it like, oh my God, I had to interpret this story. Do it like more like, oh my God, I get to tell this story and I'm going to do it so well. That's the mindset for your oral exam. If this is resonating with you, subscribe to my newsletter, Interpreting for Life, where I go deeper into all these concepts and I expand into these concepts. The link is below this video. Now, let's sum up. There are 3 areas of focus over which you have control on the day of your exam. Number 1, focus on understanding what you hear. Focus on how ideas are connected. And number 3, stay with the story. In my program, we go deep into these areas and I provide the technique and the strategies to support you in being in total control of these 3 areas. That's how powerful interpreters are raised. Just subscribe to my newsletter, Interpreting for Life, and start transforming your interpretation now. I want to finish by saying that I totally totally congratulate everyone who has taken the oral exam and everyone who has already a date to take it. I know how much courage and love it takes to take the oral exam, and it's not easy to pick a day, to prepare, to show up and do your best. Not easy. So just that deserves a great congratulation. Do not take that for granted, because it's a very important step, and definitely I am here in this corner of the world cheering for you all the way to certification. Good luck.